Welcome to the official AFL Fantasy podcast with the Traders.
G'day with the Traders. Thanks to Sportsbet, I'm Rory. I coach Destroy, and I'm here with Warnie.
Coach of the Warne Dawgs.
Very
I
excited.
probably shouldn't be that excited.
No, you shouldn't. And Calvin.
Coach of Calvinator, keep a lid on it.
Why is he excited?
Keep a lid on it.
Well, I'm not in the green vest.
Oh.
And I'm very happy about it.
Small wins here.
That's all I've got for my team at the moment. It's shocking.
When a spud beats a potato, it celebrates.
Well, and that's what did happen, actually. The Warne Dawgs.
Oh, my goodness.
2092 defeated Calvinator 2088. It was a nail-biter in that last game.
It was.
I can vouch for that. That was a very exciting finish. So what we had,
watched it together.
Brayshaw chasing 95.
Yeah.
And he needed, about 43 in the last quarter to get there or
Look,
something?
he had 38. He had a big effort. He tried hard. I don't know what he was doing in the first three quarters, really.
Not trying hard.
Not trying hard until he found out what was on the line.
What was on the line, all right. So what about the roller coaster of the dog that day?
Oh, well, it was tough.
Oh, tough.
As if you weren't going to win that.
Hey, you don't know what's going to happen.
Go on, tell them about the Sunday morning message. The traditional dog message.
Yeah, every morning, Sunday morning. Hey, guys. Oh,
it's dog.
Dog, yeah. G'day, Warne. And he goes, looks like I'm in the green vest again. Dum-de-dum. I'm in the green vest again. Roy, looks like you're going to win the week.
And he went close.
And we
Was I
write back,
right?
we write back to him and we go, oh, same old Warnie. Look what he's
It's
done.
your ineptitude. What? It's your bad
Thank you.
ability of coaching.
Stick to words that I understand, Warne.
And you can
I
say.
can pronounce. That's like, say innovative.
Infinitive.
Maybe that's what we need to get with our fantasy teams at the moment. So anyway, you're blaming Brayshaw.
Yes, I am
VA?
blaming him. That's not good enough.
He should have got 95.
He really should
He
have got
nearly
95.
did too. Man, you were sweating, dog. He was junking in typical fashion.
I'm going to put it down to it wasn't Brayshaw's fault.
Oh.
It was your mate Witz. So
Witzy,
you've been
he
very
loves
happy
Witzy.
about
He loves Witzy.
having this year. Now, late in the game, there's like literally 20 seconds to go. He's got the ball loose on the wing. And he could have kicked it or handballed it. Instead, the big fella in slow motion gets wrapped up, tackled, holding the ball.
Yeah.
And -3. So now the swing of that, to do the maths on that,
cooked it.
he's lost 3 points, whereas instead he could have not lost 3 points
And
and
got the
gained at
kick.
least 2 for a handball or 3, and that would have got Calvinator over the line.
What the... So, hang on. Tell me if I'm wrong, but was there about 30 seconds left in that game?
Like 25 or something.
And they were winning?
Yeah.
Just
In
kick
what
it.
world doesn't a captain
Kick it.
walk back from that, give everyone the...
No, he didn't take the mark.
He didn't take it?
No, he didn't take the mark. He could have taken the mark. That's another part of it.
Oh, my God.
He could have taken it. And that was the point there, Cal, that
Witzy.
I saw your heartbreak. I thought that was the one. That was the one.
Witzy's gone
and it
from
was
hero to zero.
game over for you. Anyway, Calvinator, you are in the vest, and 2088 was your score. You're inside the top 15,000.
Hey.
That's something.
Coming
Small
back.
wins.
Moving in the right direction.
Yeah, not good.
Which
It's not good.
I'm
better
only
than
just
sliding.
inside the top 15,000 as well. I'll call it top 14,000 with 13,860
Yeah.
third overall. So that's what I should do, not third.
Yeah.
Which I wrote
Doesn't
on.
matter. Doesn't matter.
Our words
but-
aren't really working today.
No.
But
that's
destroy.
Okay. Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, he's back.
Here he is.
The dummy spits that we have seen over the last 3
Oh,
weeks.
it's been...
It's called coaching.
The mopiness. If you're
called
talking
coaching.
about me with a grumpy Sunday morning tweet, what about the Monday, the Tuesday, the Wednesday, the Thursday? Every single day tweets from you and messages.
It's called coaching.
You call this
And
coaching.
I finally got the response.
Right.
No, you think about it. So I had a bit of bad luck, I'm going to call it, over the first couple of rounds. I could have complained about it, sooked about it, but instead I just got down to business. I got down to business and worked out what the best direction was moving forward. And I jumped nearly 20,000 spots.
There you go.
So what that does,
212.
I try to be an inspiration for the losers out there. And I'm like Captain Loser.
Yeah.
And that's all you have to do. Fluke one half-decent week and you're back in
you know what?
almost respectable land.
You've inspired me.
Yes. That's what I'm here to do.
And that takes a lot, I'll give you that tip.
Yeah. So like I said, you don't have to sook about it. Just work what's best.
There you go.
All right. How did it all happen?
Here it is! That's what you did, Jenny. You stuck it right up them.
Roy, kick us off because you were the highest scorer.
Well, yeah, so last week I've bounced back from a 1900 to get that 22-12. Obviously a significant improvement. One part of that, though, was the hold of Josh Kelly.
Oh, yeah. That was great.
So my 1900 last week was obviously hard to wear, playing a rookie for Josh Kelly. But to bounce back with that 126, which is my +3, is just significant.
Beautiful.
Great. Out of all the dumb things I've done so far this year, that is the one good move, and it turned out to be really good.
Gold.
I'm going to give mine to a bloke that you may remember, Calvinator, called Connor Rosie.
Hey, sometimes you've just got to say goodbye.
113 he had.
Yeah, I'm aware
Did
of that.
that hurt you?
The fact that I lost by 4 points, yeah, it does. No, because I had to make money to fix up problems this week.
Right, okay.
See, it's a hard pill to swallow.
It is. It's very hard.
But
In a matchup that was head-to-head, that hurts.
I know, but I totally understand where you're coming from. And it's an easy trade to criticise.
Yeah.
Like, especially if you
Captain Hindsight on
might
it.
read it from afar as well
Yeah.
and go, what are you doing?
What are you
you
doing,
idiot?"
crazy cat?
Especially when you were the one that said he'll bounce back hard
Yeah,
this
no,
week.
that's right.
But you need to see someone's team and their other problems to understand why you do something that's stupid.
Yes, that's right.
But you've got bigger problems than Connor Rosie in your team.
A lot of bigger problems than Connor Rosie. Now, my +3 goes to the sick dog.
Oh, that made me sick.
And that is sick.
How did you not beat me when you had that going on in your
dog,
team?
132, 18 marks. You have never seen a man hunt a mark.
Tell us
like
about
that.
it. You were here
I was
for the
here.
game at
Yep.
Utah Stadium.
I sure was. And the dog was running around, barking at everyone. And they'd kick him the ball. And if they didn't kick it to him, he'd bark even louder.
We need to use that current affair clip going from now on.
No, well, that's better.
Every time you do your version of it, every time he takes over 10 marks a week, we have to bring that up. Something like that.
This is too early on a Monday morning for this.
The sick dog in full flight.
He was a savage.
Too right he was.
It was the most disgraceful display I've ever seen.
Because it's just not acceptable.
Keep going, Calvin.
All right, -3. You know what, Roy? Line them up. Line them up.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, Hornbag, Laird, Sheed, Brayshaw, Wits now, you can even be in it. Line up. You can take it in your turns and get him a -3.
Let the dog at him.
Oh, I will let the dog at him. So I don't know who gets it out of that, but you know who gets it the most? Oh, God, I'd like the dog to bite this one. Hornbag.
Oh, boy.
68.
I've got this vision of sick dog and you're holding him back on the chain.
Let him
He's
go.
just wanting to get him.
He scored 2 points in the last quarter, and that is a 2-point improvement on what he did in the last quarter last week.
That's no good. Why are they running him
sucks.
through the middle if he hasn't got the tank to run?
I don't
out?
know.
And there was a few little bits of vision again of him not running.
Okay.
Like he needs to as well.
If you are with me and you've got the Hornbag, enough is enough, people. He now goes to Sydney to play at the SCG.
wow.
Welcome
He's
to the
gotta go.
midfield, mate.
Oh my goodness. Get
He'll
him
get annihilated
out.
in there. Man.
I've got a list as well. I'll just limit mine to 2 instead of half your team. But Worpel, got to go.
Hey, no. I'm going to say, you can't have
changing.
a mid-price like that. You've got to ride the highs and the lows.
Like Horn Francis.
No, it's just all low.
Yeah, the thing is, the trajectory of the warp is sliding fast.
Yeah,
because
and it's a
for some
midfield
reason,
spot too.
Yeah, that's the thing. He's in the midfield in your team, and he seems to be pushed out of the midfield, which is a big problem. Which I don't know why when he looks so good in there week one, but it's Day and even McKenzie.
So he's gone.
that
So
him
the
out.
thing is, you had 77% of their CBAs in round one.
Yes.
Then 54 and 57. So they had basically Day and Nash were the big ones last game.
Yeah, okay.
Even Newt couldn't get
Newcomb
in
was
there.
down a bit, so he was 71, then a 52%. They're just floating dudes through there.
Yeah, there's a lot going through, isn't there? Which
Josh Ward, he's sat about the same the whole season, about a third of them, pretty much, he's been doing. So
interesting. So, yeah, no, it's a...
yeah, and I will give an
Plus three
honourable
for sure.
mention because he needs to hear it, is Dom Sheed.
Yeah, he's
Mate,
frustrated,
you had
right?
you had no players on the bench, yet you still rode the pine at times. And
When the game's on the line, she's right in the paint.
Even
honestly.
if there's already a bench
Yeah,
full,
he
he'll say,
is-
shuffle over, fellas.
he's a hard watch.
He's very hard
But
to watch.
somehow he always gets to 72
That's the thing.
or that number.
He never
every
ends up
single
with a
week.
big break.
Well, he's lucky he got to that.
He just gets there.
Because that's a very good 3 quarters then.
Yep.
Because I think he was on, if I remember correctly, 6 points at
Oh,
the quarter
have
break.
mercy.
Or something like that. It was bad.
Dominic.
Any negative ones for you, Destroy?
Yes. It was chaser, whatever you want to call it. But Ziebell out here versus the Hawks, 78.
Should have
10
been a better
points in the
return.
first
It's not
quarter.
devastating, but it
It's
just
not
should have been a better
devastating,
return.
especially because, I mean, you're playing the break-even game. He's there for the long term. He's going to fill a back position. So all the positives are there, but don't come in and play like my team has the first 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Come in and join the boys.
Yep.
Run with them. They're on the rise.
Let them rise to your standard.
Yes, don't
You don't
just
have to
drop
drop
down to
to
what
theirs.
they were.
So he went up
78.
41K.
Yeah,
in
so you
price
take
this week.
that. And,
Yep.
like, that's the thing. It looked like a shocking trade, but then I looked at his break-even and he'd covered it, like, early in the second quarter.
He's easily done it. And I guess the thing out of that too is that he was the second most traded in player. Setterfield as well, who had an 88,
Yes.
which you can't be devastated with. Like if
It's
you
not
were
devastating, 88.
getting 88 from a bloke that, well, what's he priced at now? Must be around in the 80s or whatever.
85.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, but-
Anyway, it's okay.
Oh, that's fine.
They're both okay.
100%.
They'll
We're-
both be fine.
Like,
You're
I
going
was
to get
never going to
Ziebell
get
down back
109
soon.
out of Ziebell, but people were never going to get 130 out of who's the other bloke you said?
Setterfield.
Setterfield as well.
Yeah.
So you're not trading
Yes.
in their old scores.
No, you're not.
No.
No.
Doesn't work
Well,
like
that's
that.
a good point, Calvin.
there you go.
You're not trading them in. No.
So they were both still reasonable.
And that
But he still
78,
gets -3 because I fluked a decent week, and that's not okay.
that 78 from Ziebell will be absolutely fine when he's sitting in the back line
Yes.
anyway.
Yeah,
That's
you
the
take
thing.
it.
That's another
Yeah,
two
100%.
right all of that.
Good point.
Which is not that far away. So we've got a couple more weeks until we'll get the dual position updates. So that happens after round 5. So after the gather round. It'll be.
Oh, cool.
And so ahead of round 6. We'll have those. A couple of little cheeky ones that we've got there for you.
Ooh.
Been doing a little bit of work
Bit of
here.
sourcing over there.
Bit of sourcing.
Roy, is this okay?
So, Macrae,
He
who was
decides.
up there as one of the most traded out players last week. So, he had 45% time in the forward line, which has now got him up to 29% for the season.
He's getting there.
He's close. So,
Did you hold him or trade him?
I traded.
Guess what? He ain't getting there.
No, that's true. Yeah, take
No,
that
well,
as a
and
hot
this
tip.
but this is why I traded, because that might happen, but then it could be every reason why it doesn't happen.
Yeah,
Bevo in round 5 could just play him full-time mid.
Too right, he can.
Sorry, mate. You're under that 35%
Do you know what would be
threshold
ideal
now.
as someone that traded him out? Full-time wing for a week.
Oh, yes.
He's
That head can tilt.
He's
That
not
would
going to
be
get
a
it.
sucky score, and he wouldn't get DPP.
He'll be bloody falling into the Adelaide
I reckon he
Hills,
might have a
the way
teammate
he's
that
going.
could get it, though, Dog.
Well, Bailey Smith. So here's a number on him. 55% forward.
Oh, wow, that's significant.
And the words from the Freako, and is close to locked.
Oh, close to lock.
So that's a big decision for people, though.
Hey.
Well, it's not a big decision. I think you definitely hold
you've
now.
got him,
that's
you
close,
have to hold.
because it's awful.
It's only
It hasn't been a very good.
No, what did he get? 70? He was barely sighted. 19 touches.
He hasn't
I think.
been a very good player for our fantasy team.
Tell you what, draft owners, start putting in a few trade requests for him.
Oh, that's...
love
yeah,
it, Joel.
stocks are low, but they're about to get semi-high.
So he had 71 last week. He's still averaging 91. Like,
Well, he's better than that, but
too
God,
right he is.
if that was Bevo doing his new innovative thing,
Break even 135. The timing is just going to be perfect.
delicious.
Freako, he was at the MCG yesterday watching the Swans. Must have been cheering hard enough for Errol Goulden. How did he miss our bloody -3s there as well?
Yes, he was very lucky.
That was bad.
He actually saved his score to like 70. It was going to be worse. Shocking.
Now, some players need to love the footy as much as Nick Dacos.
Yeah.
Oh,
Now,
my goodness.
God.
he is a
Nick.
machine. He's been the defender pick that we've needed this year.
100%.
That cow, you and I don't have because we don't have good teams.
Got
Roy
sick
does,
dog
though.
instead, mate.
He's the only thing that stopped me deleting my team in the first
Yeah.
2 weeks because at least he was good to watch.
Now, I'm going to bring you back to this moment in that game where Nathan Murphy does a fantastic tackle.
Great tackle, Nath.
Holding the ball.
Yep.
Free kick. Dacos jumps in there. Takes it. Takes the ball. Murphy runs off as quick as he can because he knew his place.
Yep. You got to know where you stand in the pecking order.
That's it.
Dacos then took that free kick. So the tackle was awarded to Murphy.
Okay.
Somehow in the
Incorrect.
process, the statisticians gone, Dacos has taken it. Whoop, 1 to Dacos for the free kick 4, then 3 points for the kick.
You know where I stand on this, dog.
I know where you
doesn't
stand.
add up. I don't understand it.
So,
It's not the statistician's right to say, umpire, you were incorrect. The other guy tackled. The umpire said Dacos's tackle is the one that
Are you
counted.
saying they missed a tackle?
I wanted my +4.
You're not
I'm
kidding
calling
it.
for an audit that I reckon he loses those 4 and goes under 100 for the first time
Well,
this
that,
season.
that could happen too.
That's exactly what we've got. All right, so we are after 3 rounds now, and the overall leader is Delete This Team, Matt, sorry. And that's what he's called, his team, Delete This Team. Wow. 6,567, so...
I don't think he'll be
points ahead of me.
deleting that. will
He's
he?
doing
Doing pretty
okay.
well, but it's very close there. Murren, Alexa is sitting in second, only 3 points behind. So it's very tight at the top, and it will be for a while, I reckon, as we go through. So our the best score of last week was 2,319.
That's
so
a good score.
Mark's team, Fat Boys Wombats. So that's the one that's sitting there in first place for the week. So they're the sort of scores that we want to be getting, and
Too right
hopefully
it
we
is.
do. But one of the things that we do want to be trying to do is working towards that 100th rank, or the hat,
Yes.
to get in the top 100. And Roy, you're making a move for that. Rochelle's Rascals, Damon is currently in that 100th spot with 6,445 points. So that's what you need at the moment to be inside that top 100.
Yeah, I think
That's not that far
things
out of reach.
Yeah, I agree. It's only round 3.
Yeah.
Things are going to start to settle
You're only
soon.
a couple hundred points away
Yeah,
from it, Roy.
that's easily
You'll be right.
reachable.
Well, see, there you go. And I'm only just ahead of you guys as well.
Hey.
So, hey, top 20K
As
plus.
long- that's it.
you're still
I've got
in
a
the mix.
saying.
You're
As long
still
as
in the
you're in
mix.
it, you're in it.
That's inspirational
Thank
too.
you.
Votes for the Michael Barlow medal for our cash cow of the year coming out of round 3. We have got there with the 5 votes, Harry Sheezel once again.
Whoa.
26 disposals, 7 marks, 6 tackles I think it was, and $111,000 he made this week. So he's up to $577K. He's now got the most fantasy points in the first 3 games of all time. That was beating Adrian McAdam with 336 in 93. Also in 93 was Darren Burke with 332. Tom Mitchell was the most recent one of our guys there with 323
He probably did
fantasy
that with
points.
2 vests.
So yeah, that's the difference there. So massive by Sheezel. 4 votes goes to Cam McKenzie, who backed up from his 40-odd last week, tackled very hard, had 9 tackles, so 94 points for him. 3 votes goes to Ruben Ginby. He scored 82, and he's again doing it with tackles. He had 8 of them. 6 kicks, 14 handballs. Mate, get it on the boot. You can be boosting that score a little bit more there, but he might be more important going forward now with all those Eagles injuries.
Yeah.
And then we've got Tyler Brockman, who came in for his first game of the season. 2 votes for him. He kicked 3 goals, so he looked great doing that, scoring 80. And then the 1 vote goes to Jacob Van Rooyen. The crowd was loving that
They
with
were
his
loving that.
3
It was
goals.
cool.
As he made a fantastic debut. I think that he could be almost a bit of a must-have if you want someone on the bench there.
Well,
Definitely is.
Went up 38K, and he will be someone that you can ride because I think he's got a little bit of job security now.
I think he does,
Yeah, he'll be all right. The leaderboard, Sheezel, 15 votes, perfect scores every week. When is that going to stop? Probably
not
never.
sure.
Ginby, 7, he's polled in each game. Mackenzie there with 5. He's had a couple of polling games as well.
Here's the news of the week you need to know on the official AFL Fantasy podcast.
few injuries out of the weekend that we need to look at and think about. Darcy Cameron was a big one there with an MCL. He'll miss a number of weeks for that, which has made some issues for his owners, obviously.
Yeah.
Also for Collingwood as
That's
well.
right,
They
for
do.
Collingwood.
Because Mason Cox is out for a little while too with that hematoma
God,
that he's
that's
got. So
horribly unlucky.
Cameron,
Brody Grundy'd be handy at the moment.
there were a
never.
few stories though, and some sad stories of people with what their moves have been.
I
with
feel
these.
sick for this.
So the Red Dog, I think he tweeted us. He went from ex-Airy to gone to Darcy Cameron.
It's just brutal.
That
You just
hurts.
can't get away from
Nah,
it.
you can't.
No, so that one hurts. Obviously, it's a trade now.
Hopefully he goes to English this week.
You know, the interesting thing there was that we had Cox and
Don't be like that, Roy. This is where the bad camera will come out. You've had a big week. He's got his big head out there. He thinks he's got it.
yeah, right.
What? Spit it out. Thinks he's gonna what?
Play on, dog.
Say things on a podcast that are then going to affect the way that things happen. However, that karma bus does crash hard. Believe me, I know.
Do you think
I
think
think Calvin's going to beat me by
I
a
would
point.
not
this
say
week.
such a thing if it affected it, made it really happen, dog. That's disgusting.
No, you're
For
not
you
going to
to
sleep well
suggest.
tonight because I'm going to keep sending you messages about it up until 2 a.m. I reckon.
Oh dear,
LDU, that was big
massive.
because it was so close to the start of the
yeah,
game.
yeah.
Minutes.
So I happened to sit down to watch the start of that game and heard it probably 3 minutes before the bounce.
Yeah.
So it was like all clear. People would have been. See, it's so interesting. That 3 minutes left, people weren't necessarily going to trade him out, but it could have had other ramifications. Like people could have been looping through the midfield or anything like that, and it was just a thing.
Well, he's one of the most traded in players. I think he might have been the third
So
or
you'd
fourth
reverse
overall.
that, obviously, if
If you had the time.
Yeah, exactly.
But the reverse of it
yeah.
could have been really tough to do.
Like that
100%.
time I tried to do it, and I was on the toilet, and I was
Yes.
like trying to reverse it, then bring someone in, and missed out on a trade altogether.
That's right.
And only used one that
That's
week.
right.
That's right. That was back when
That was
we had the
horrendous.
glorious full lockout, and so you didn't even have the rolling lockout.
Oh
to
my
fix yourself
God,
up
what
with
were
that.
you doing? I
Well,
don't
no,
really
but-
want to know.
Other issues, Mason Wood. So we've got to look at his shoulder and see whether that has anything been confirmed there. Still waiting on our man Gabbo to tell me that, but he asked them about it. Just didn't tell me what they said. Thanks, mate.
Gabbo.
Come on, Gabbo.
That's home brand sauce, that is. Gabbo.
Fantasy Journo of the Year, mate. Out the window.
Come on. Yeah, just left on red. It's a bit rude, isn't it? Anyway,
Kept that one to myself.
Yeah.
look out for an article on afl.com.au with the exclusive, I
Yes,
reckon.
it is,
Gabbo, He
yes.
doesn't want us to have that one.
No, fair call.
So he's one to watch. Webster, it looks like he'll miss after he got his face
Poor
hurt.
old Webster.
Yeah, that
Wrong
was
place,
bad.
wrong time, all the time.
Now, Roy,
Yes.
you've been throwing some little concerns.
I have.
About our mate Liam Stocker that we brought in.
Yes.
For Constable this week.
Watched him like an absolute hawk. Didn't like what I saw, but to be honest, I didn't actually mind when he got going what he looked like out there in terms of scoring moving forward. Like
He looked
I
all
think
right.
he can be a regular 70 guy till he's totally fattened mid-pricer. However, that's if he's on the park, dog. So he rode the pine a lot, right? Sometimes sitting there for up to 12 minutes, which
Yep.
you can't afford to be doing. But anyway, he started the last quarter off, sat for a fair while. I thought, oh, well, at least he's going to run the quarter out. No, sat on the pine again, but then come on with 3 minutes or so left. And I thought, at least you're trying to get a couple extra points.
Yeah.
Probably would have been better if he stayed there because there's this contest out on the back flank and he got caught up in it and it looked like a lower leg injury to me. Like, looked like ankle. I'm not going to call it the sin. Wasn't
No.
quite that nasty, but something happened. Anyway, he got up
But
and
he
looked,
stayed out there.
yeah, but looking as proppy as I've ever
that where
seen
he had a
someone
free
on the
kick?
field. So from that contest,
Yeah, so he got a free kick.
he just kept bouncing around
Yep.
on one leg. There was another contest on the wing where he tried to jump off his good leg and just make a contest. Just tried to battle it out knowing there was only 2 minutes left. Then he's gone down into the back line.
And it was deep back. Yeah,
deep back, and then there was another contest where he earned a free kick.
Yeah.
But his leg, that's not where he hurt it.
No, right.
He carried that injury
So
down to there.
that's where he looked like Calvin getting out of bed in the morning.
100%
the way he was
did.
moving.
Yep. And then he still had his possession, but he was looking for people to handball off to and that. He did not want to kick it because he looked so bad.
That's a trade.
Gabbo.
It's just something to watch.
Get onto it for us, mate.
Hopefully it was just a bad tweak of the yank and he's all right. But it actually looked like flat. His foot got flattened out behind him.
Pancaked.
Yeah, pancaked it.
Yeah. You don't want that.
You don't want the pancake.
Definitely not.
No.
Right. We have also Sam Berry subbed out with a calf. That's been shocking for draft. I don't think anyone was doing it in Classic, but far out. He has not been a very good pick this year.
Down 140 odd K.
And he's not even one you're keeping an eye on, is he?
No. Break even 115. Nope.
No.
Moving on to out of the Gold Coast and Geelong game. Well done to our Suns.
Yeah.
Might have to renew our membership, boys.
Yep, I nearly
We're up
pulled
and
the
about.
scarf back out.
Sam Flanders hurt his knee and Sam DeConning concussion. So we'll probably see him go. And then finally in the demolition derby, not because they were boxing on this time, just because they were demolished,
Dropping
and that was
like
the
flies.
Eagles. Shuey Hammy, and he wasn't happy about it either. McGovern Hammy, our mate Witho with a head knock. Now Cripps ankle, but he's gone to hospital for that, so that's probably surgery.
Broken, apparently.
Broken.
Oh, no way.
Now
That
Liam
hurts.
Ryan
Done
looked
that.
bad, but then he came back out.
God, I wouldn't be surprised if he missed, though, because, man, he was high.
And the other one of our rookies, Campbell Chesser, he hurt his knee. He ended up playing the game out, but his leg was in a brace after the game,
Oh,
so my
see you later, Campbell.
sources said, and just to give him a rest anyway.
Yeah.
But
He's
they're-
battered and bruised.
They're dropping like flies, those Eagles.
They are. Yeah, it's not
So
good.
maybe we see...
Good for our Jinby.
Oh, Jimby's 100%. And even our mate Elijah Hewitt, I reckon he gets
Hewitt,
a bit more
Longy.
game time too. Longy, they're all safe.
Freo Heath Chapman, bit of an issue there with his leg. Now, Magoo's news, always important.
Isn't it?
It is.
George Wardlaw. So he was a high pick for North Melbourne. 24 disposals, 3 marks, 6 tackles, 95. So he's a midfielder at 294k.
Yeah.
Might be a bit much, but
He can play, too.
he can play. He may get his opportunity at some point. Now, Aaron Hall, just to keep that watch there, 85 points for his 27 disposals.
He does that. No sweat.
Yeah, but it's not good enough for him, I don't reckon.
No, it's not.
He's not getting in.
No, he's not. No.
Good for you, Ziebell owners. He might get
Oh,
to
you didn't
80
do
this
it in
week.
the end, did
No,
you?
I didn't.
Oh, that was a good miss.
No, it wasn't a good miss. Now, here's the big one. I think this could be our biggest Magoo's news score of the year, is Josh Fahey from the Giants. Beat Carlton. They smacked Carlton as well in that VFL game, right?
Oh, in the VFL game. This is how much he's struggling to bag my awesome team out.
Don't you start on your Blues. They were lucky to win that game, I
Lucky
reckon.
to win. Haven't lost yet this year, mate.
Stick to the script, you two.
Well,
Gee,
descent.
it's like
I'll give you descent.
married old couple over there.
All
Get on
right.
with it.
So he had 43 disposals. This is Josh Fahey. Now, he's a 200k dual position defender mid.
Oh.
That could be very handy. So 171 points, 12
PPP.
marks in there too. Very nice.
That's ridiculous.
So,
It
if
is
he
massive.
is playing, we can back in a little bit of scoring ability is one
100%.
thing. But as a 200k guy, when he gets a gig, we want him. Now, your mate Chincotta, Roy.
Yes,
he had
Chincotta,
35 disposals, 5 marks, 112 points. Again, he's a 200k
He'll be
defender,
there at some stage.
which definitely spent a fair bit of time in our pre-season sides before not making the cut. Now, Constable watch. After that drama of last week, far out. Still feeling really uneasy about all this thing.
Yeah.
So Constable, 30 disposals, 6 marks, had 104. So the thing is, they won.
Their
The
defenders
guys that
were
came
pretty
in
good.
were all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
He's no chance to get back in.
you don't think he's any chance?
It's no.
They just rolled Geelong. Like
I put it into my likelihood calculator.
They won by
Came
a
in
lot.
at 8% chance.
8% chance. Yeah, not good.
They won by a lot, 182 to 75 against Geelong. So, big win. Fiorini had 117 just for those
course he
that
did.
would love to play VFL Fantasy because he would be one of
Too
your first
right.
picks, I reckon. Now, Jack Bytel had 126, 34 disposals,
Wow.
3 marks, 6 tackles. If Wood's out,
He's straight
Bytel
in.
come in.
Woody's definitely out,
Yeah.
isn't he?
Yeah, he's out.
Despite no confirmation.
Come on, Cabo. Cabo.
Bytel's cheap.
Yeah, real cheap.
340k.
Yeah.
Had an 80-odd in his first game.
And we're going to talk about some of these a little bit later, but
Jeez.
that could be your move from a Worpel to him.
Yeah.
Bank a couple of dollars.
100%. He's a better player. We started talking about him in the last week before lockout.
Yeah.
He
And it
came
was
in
just
and
unlucky.
played really well for people that did it.
Yeah.
It was, great
Unlucky
start.
that he hurt his knee, and then now he's had the last
But he's
2 games
obviously
out.
back if he's getting
He
34
played
touches.
VFL, yep. Just to keep watch out of that game as well, Campbell had 112. Now, Cow, your mate Heath, 5 goals kicked for
Can
107
snag
points.
a goal. Give you a hot tip.
Wow, 5 goals.
Yeah.
Is that his first name?
They need a forward, though.
Max.
sorry.
Maximus Heath.
Heath Max.
Schoenberg had 34 touches. Crouch had 30 touches in the Sandful showdown.
Oh, yeah.
And then the other name that I wanted to look up, and I had to scroll down the list a fair way. Remember, you can catch all of these on afl.com.au. So if you go afl.com.au/VFL, you get like
Some will pop
the
up the
scores,
other day, yeah.
and you can be following those along, watching the games as well via the app as well. Now, Oscar Steene, 50 points he had. So he is probably the guy. If they want to go with a ruck for Collingwood, he's the guy that comes in. SSP, 8 disposals, 17 hit-outs, and a goal for
That's
50
what your
points.
SSP's there for.
Yeah,
True,
come in
isn't
and
it?
do that.
Crisis in the ruck.
Yeah.
Like, he's just a backup
Or
of
do
the
they
backup.
just keep rolling with Johnson and
McStay.
McStay chopping
Well,
out?
I think that's what I
Who
would
was
do.
it?
That's what I'd be doing.
But why else would you have got a ruck with your SSP if you're not
If you
gonna-
didn't want backup.
Yeah.
Now, he did get smoked in the ruck because Sam Naismith, he
Good
plays
on
for
Sammy,
Port Melbourne.
back.
So, yeah, good on. Yeah, hopefully his body holds up there. He had 62 hit-outs.
Yeah, he's a beast.
So he is. There you go. Magoo's News. You can check all that out on afl.com.au and the AFL Live app when you are following those along the weekend, especially those games where they start earlier before the AFL game
Yes.
starts. Just gives you a little bit more footy fix.
A
and
warm-up.
Get your eyes on what's going on with your kids.
The Smithies VFL and Rebel VFLW season is back for 2023.
Every week on State of Play, join me, Lucy Watkin, and Joey Pignataro as we take you beyond the boundary, recapping the weekend that was and looking ahead to the upcoming round.
We'll be out at the hangar following Essendon's pursuit of back-to-back and tracking the progression of the Northern Bull Ants under Brodie Holland.
A complete look at the State League, speaking to the people within the game.
Available every Tuesday wherever you get your podcasts.
All right, let's have a look at the big issues that we've got coming out of round 3 and then heading into round 4. Are we still in a bit of a world of fix-ups?
Well, yes. If you're in a Charlie...
I'll be fixing up for the next month,
Yeah.
but...
If you're in a Charlie Constable position, that is a fix-up.
Yeah.
A lot of people still have him in the team.
Yeah.
So that is the first issue back there.
If he's not playing this week.
If he's not playing, Roy said 8% chance he's playing.
So you're telling me there is a chance?
Yes.
Yes.
Right,
Yes,
okay.
Lloyd.
So,
Okay, here's
what
the
do you
deal.
do with him?
Well, there's options now because
Okay.
you need to find some cash and you need to go up to Tom Stewart
Yep.
if you've got Constable still.
What are you going to need, 300?
You're going to need a little bit more. Oh, no, you're about 300K.
Oh, okay.
So Charlie's at 422.
Borderline unrealistic things.
Yeah, but you can find yourself.
757
Yeah.
as my rain
What's,
man.
what's
It is.
day? If there's people out there that haven't jumped on the day train yet,
The day is 671.
that's probably more
It's reachable.
realistic.
It
yeah.
is.
Yep. So those guys are obviously great options. No real big injuries to relevant players yet.
Yep.
The big one, I guess, DC has to go again. So who is the best ruck options at the moment for
You just have to go up to
if
English.
you can get to English?
You've got to get to English.
Now, have we disrespected Nank the Tank?
Yes,
Oh, we do it every year.
we have.
So, well, he's doing a lot better than he has done other years, though. That's the thing. So, old Nank, because I did my little ton run. I do a tweet with...
Is he on the ton run?
Yeah, so
I'll
he's
be
still
stuffed.
there. That ton run includes 8 players now. Clayton Oliver, Harry Sheezel, Tim English, Tim Taranto, Nick Dacos, Toby Nankervis, Darcy Parish and Zach Merritt. So Nank is there, and Nank...
That's impressive.
But
He's what's he done? He's gone at... Where's his match stats? 116, 102, 120.
Oh, jeez, Nank.
Thing is, though,
mercy.
you're only as good as who you play against.
Yes.
We said this, only 3 weeks of data. He's played against Carlton, and who's Carlton's ruck at the moment, right?
Well, DeConning was that week.
Right. Then he's gone against Riley O'Brien.
He's good.
That's legit. And then last week, he was
Yeah.
against Collingwood, who didn't have a ruck.
Yeah.
Well, when Das went down.
I'll tell you what, though, it's 3 on the trot. It's pretty impressive.
It is
and
impressive.
If that's all he could get to, it would be serviceable for now.
Well, he's got coming up against Tim English this week, then against Sydney, then against Grundy, then against Witsy. Yeah, I don't think he's an option.
No,
in my
probably
opinion,
not.
anyway. I don't think I'd pay $839.
You want to get to the big.
Nang.
You want to get to those big two. So you want to get to English and Marshall,
Yes.
if you can.
But if you can't,
Yes.
then a Sean Darcy,
Yes,
who is
definitely.
way cheaper than Nang
Yep.
at 781.
Yeah, and that's where you'd go.
Yeah,
if you
you
needed
would
the
go
value.
there for now. You'd go there for now. It's going to be a bit of a roller coaster, but it looks like he rolls back. Now the question.
So what
I've
would
got-
you do,
Oh,
though? So
sorry,
what
you
is
go.
it then? Are you going to English? Is that your first priority?
That's your first
Just to
option.
get there?
priority.
And if you can't do that,
Is it Darcy? Is it Sean Darcy?
Yes, I think so.
yes.
Anyone else in the mix?
I don't think so.
Not really for me.
You wouldn't touch Witsy.
I wouldn't. No,
He's averaging 100, fellas.
I know.
But no, you wouldn't.
Well, why were you so offended when I said no?
Because you guys don't like him.
Don't like the big lumbering lad that just
Can't
crumbles
wait.
under pressure.
One day, I want us to...
-3.
I want to have
The origami.
an interview with Wits,
Folded under
and I'm
pressure.
going to make him stand next to you over there, Warne, and I'm just going to remind him of this day. You are dead, man.
I only come up to his bloody belly button anyway.
Look, I've got an issue that I want
Oh.
to discuss.
Okay.
And it is mid-price madness living up to its name. Now,
Yeah.
it had basically been ticked off after week 1 as the way to go this year. Week 2, yep, it was still enough to consider it was the way to go. Now I'll throw these names at you after
Yep.
3 weeks
Yep.
of mid-price madness being the way to go.
Okay.
The way.
So we have Sheed.
Fail.
He's a fail,
Yep.
and he's an interesting fail because his break even is 69, which is a score that he just keeps getting. So the thing is, when you are stuck with him, he at least keeps hitting that.
Yep.
You keep getting what you paid for, which is not why you get a mid-pricer in, but he's not a successful pick,
No.
and he has to go. There's rookies getting within range of that
Exactly.
every week, which is always the risk of going a mid-pricer over a rookie. So he's a fail at the moment. Worpel's break-even is 51. So he has kept increasing in value, but now his break-even is in a range where he's capable of landing that low.
So he's gone up about 100K.
Yes. So
So-
that's been okay.
It's been okay.
But now, moving forward, 50% CBAs back-to-back weeks, I don't think that's a guy you want to have moving forward.
No, he can go as well.
All right, Callaghan.
Oh, Callaghan.
Break even of 48, and I think he got 48, didn't he?
He did.
So what are we doing with him? Obviously, all the midfielders, not all the midfielders, but the big 3 mids were back for the Giants, and Callaghan's CBAs, after getting a little spike the week before when
Yeah.
Kelly and that were out, they disappeared again. It was a hard matchup with the Blues, but he didn't do enough. Oh, excuse me, I'm trying to talk here.
I'm with you. That's a fail, and I'm an owner of that. So
Yeah.
he's gone up 70 odd K, which I don't think's enough for a guy when you shop around this price.
Yeah.
Like he could be. I've got Ollie Hollands on my bench.
Yes.
That could be Ollie Hollands.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So
and
it's-
I could have another rookie growing on my bench.
Yeah, okay, so then we'll go to Jason Horne-Francis.
Oh,
who's
God, I've got 'em all.
Break even of 71.
He ain't getting that. He's dropping in price this week.
He might get to it at 3/4 time
No, he won't.
and then drop.
Give away a free kick.
Sydney, in Sydney. There is no chance he gets that 71.
No. And then the one
Gotta
who
go.
has grown in popularity of late, more so than anyone starting with him, but with 2 good scores and an average of 90 leading into round 3, Stocker pumped out that 55. He's got a break even of 43, but given he only clogs up a defender spot,
Yep.
and he does have the lowest break even of the lot, you could nearly say he's the one you would hold out of everyone, despite not being an exciting player to own at the moment.
Let's hope his body's all right.
Yeah, well, there's that too. So keep an eye on that. But mid-price madness at the moment, all of those names were relevant and popular and looked like a massive tick, especially round 1. And now it's sort of gone a bit...
Yep, and we need to remember
Cool.
this. Yeah, we need to remember this for next year.
Yeah.
We say this every year.
We say it every year.
There might be 15 relevant mid-prices.
Yep.
3 of them work.
The car was won last year on mid-price madness.
Yep.
and that might have been a bit of a one-off.
An anomaly.
Would I tell you now, if you'd got the right ones, and the right ones here being your Setterfield, and I'm saying from the start, Setterfield and
right.
Ziebell from the start.
Yeah.
If you started with those two in your team and a Will Day,
Will Day's
right?
definitely
There's plenty that are working. That's the thing.
Those guys are okay. It's these guys. It's your Warps, your Callaghan, your Hornbags.
And then it's the risk of, and we always know this, and we said it at the start, but the risk of going with too many. It's like you're confident on all of them, and you don't want to get the wrong one. So you end up squeezing them all in. Yeah. But then if you get them all, like 90% of seasons, half of them fail for some reason. And at the moment, you can get whacked in the face with, oh my God, I've got them all. Where the hell do I start fixing my team?
That's my problem
Some of it now, though, like how many of the big dog premiums are working for us, though?
Oh, well, there you go. Brayshaw and Laird, I started with them both. Yeah. And they struggle to crack 90.
So choosing the right premiums at the top is just as hard.
Could have been Oliver.
At the moment, it is.
Could have been Oliver.
So you probably had your mix of... If you said Oliver, Brayshaw, Laird, Oliver was the last one we were picking out of those guys.
Yes, he was.
Yep.
That would have been a pretty fair thing to say, wouldn't
Definitely.
it?
He was
You've had some
3.
injuries to the other guys, like a Jack Steele, for example, up the top there.
Yeah.
Even in the back line, and I'm not taking back my pick of Doherty because he obviously dominated last week, but if you take the week before score and you go, those types of things are not actually dominating for you. Dunkley's not doing what he needs to. Cogs is just ticking along.
Yeah.
He had an 80 this week.
Yeah.
Like, they're just not doing that. And
so you've rounded down with him. He mustn't own him.
86 he had, I think it was.
So 90.
It was an 80 odd.
He had 90.
But then again, you look at someone like...
He had 90 odd. He's all right.
Yeah, he's all right. Doherty's still going at 108.
Oh, exactly, yeah. So, it's not an issue. I'm probably just not using him as the best example of that. No. You've got guys that...
Oh, well, look at a Jordan Dawson. If you paid up for him, you'd be disappointed at the moment.
He won a medal, though. Come on.
How did that happen?
Set and forget Rucks is all right with English.
Until...
See, Dawson's going at 91.
You are. I'm going to actually set an alarm to send you a message at 2 o'clock this morning.
Oh, dog.
And that's the thing. So, and even the underpriced premiums, like the value premiums, we might say, how many? An LDU was the flavour of the week.
Yeah.
Like he was a good pick.
He's been a great
for the first 2 rounds, and then he's a laid out.
It's been a bloody frustrating season.
So the ones that
3 weeks. Yep,
the ones that have been good for us, though, are those
tease.
rookies.
Yeah.
And does it come back to the guns and rookies strategy and just getting lucky with the right guns that you've picked?
Yeah.
Potentially.
But
I'm with you.
Mixing in there are mid prices that are working.
I'll tell you what, in a year where the frustration levels are high and it's like the fantasy guides are having a field day, like they're taking the piss.
They're laughing at.
The thing is, the rookies have really stood up.
They have.
Like we say, we just want a 50 from them.
Yep.
And we're consistently getting the 50s from the bottom enders, but others are hitting 60s, 70s, and
so
obviously you've got the Shees and the Gin.
Captain hindsight of that going there, I went Sheezel at F6.
Yeah.
That could have been F5, not having Hornbag, which would have been great anyway, but
just Chandler
F5 and going
Hornbag.
Chandler, and Chandler would have been fine there.
Yeah, he would.
Every week for that. Midfield, the 3 guys are all right, I think.
Yeah.
Obviously, Ashcroft, McKenzie, and Hollands. Now, Hollands wasn't epic this week, but he's serviceable there to call it that.
Bloody oath, he's serviceable. And there's going to be a game that is far more open than Giants up at the Giants, where he's going to pump a 90 soon.
And it'll be this week against North Melbourne under the roof.
There you go. That will be the one.
Yeah.
And then the other one there is obviously Jinby in the back line. And he could have been he is my D5. Few people pushed him to D6, which is probably the right one if you're only playing
perfect.
6 rookies on field. If you're playing the 7, you can justify that because Wilmot's been okay.
Far out of here. Yeah.
Had a 66 there this week.
Yeah, exactly. He's your prime example of someone who will like, come on, man, just hit that 50. But he's hitting the 60 now. Yeah, it's awesome.
So, it's interesting how that works. And then what that does is shuffles your team around. If you went into the season starting with 7 rookies on field and those guys in those positions, you might have limited those mid-prices a bit more.
Yeah, well, I'm at 7, which I always feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it should be 6, but now I'm looking at it with all those rookies that are on the ground doing their thing.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll leave it at 7 for a while, I think.
Yep.
Early doors for the most traded players this week. So the most traded in, we've got Jacob Van Ruin after his big 3-goal performance. 6 if you got him as captain. And then Will Day is second on that list with Tom Stewart.
I like
and
this.
Nick Dacos. So those 3 defenders there and Clary Oliver. People happy to pay over $1 million for him.
Yes.
As it is. The most traded out, we've got Charlie Constable for those people that didn't do that move last week. Finn Callaghan, time to go. James Worpel, time to go. Oh, it sounds like this
my top
mid-price stuff.
3 people.
And then Darcy Cameron and Matthias Philippou. Is it okay to move on a rookie like that? His break-even's starting to creep up as well.
It is. So for if the cash out of Philippou at the moment is significant enough to probably fix another problem. Like you might have a little bit of money in the bank, Philippou down, Constable can then become Day or something like that.
Yeah.
So a trade like that is fine. And the poo, I've got no fear that the poo is going to bite you on the flip side of that. Whereas if you are using Chandler at the moment for that fix-up trade, his matchup this week, you're every chance to get that bite.
Agree.
My trades come out of those most traded. I'm going Warple to Oliver, and that's via Horn Francis
Holy
down
hat.
to Van Ruin, which is
Warple
going
to
to
Oliver.
play. That's going to play Chandler on my field. So this is still a fix-up that could have been done 2 weeks ago.
That's really impressive, Dog. I'm going Liam Stocker because I'm worried about that leg injury. We're not hearing a lot about it, but I'm keeping a close eye on it. So I'm going him to Tom Stewart and then a rookie fix-up, Sam Sturt to Josh Fahey after the Magoo's news that you gave earlier today. That was massive.
Big score. What are you doing, Calvinator?
I'm very similar there, so I'm going Charlie Constable to Tom Stewart. Very good after remarkable recovery from injury with his 126, and I am dumping the Horn to make some cash to get that done.
Got a question for the traders? Tweet the boys at AFL Fantasy or head to facebook.com/AFL Fantasy official.
All right, Twitter time, which also includes Insta time at AFL Fantasy. Plenty of cool stuff going through there, so make sure you are checking that out. Giving it the likes, giving it the follows, or whatever you call it. You're a cool Insta kid, Roy. You're the one that takes photos with your shirt off on there.
Yeah, is there a link to my OnlyFans on that?
There should be.
Send me
Little
the link.
plug.
Yeah, I'll have a look.
Yeah, it's bargain.
All
Get
right.
wet
Couple
T-shirts
bucks a
like
month.
Calvinator.
I did.
Oh, that was hot.
It was a bit hot.
All right, questions. We'll start with the good old Insta story, which you can go and reply and put your stuff on there. Is Callaghan a must-trade here from Andrew? Close to it.
It is. It's getting to that point. It's a failed experiment. If that is... I have to fix up Charlie Constable first.
Yeah.
Okay? And then I've got to fix up Hornbag.
But he's in the line.
He's in the line to be fixed up. So it depends on where he fits in your line.
Yeah.
Yeah. Prioritise.
All right. Hamish, do you reckon Constable will come back into the side this week? 8% you're saying, Rory?
8%.
I reckon that's dropping as well.
Oh, really?
Why?
I've got a feeling out of Roy here that it's coming
I'll
down
have to
and
put it
down
back
and
into my
down.
calculator.
Yeah.
Now, Wells, I'm going to say yes before I even read this question. Is it worth bringing in Will Day for Macrae?
Yes.
That's still a fix-up.
Yep.
Does that cost you more now? That's going to be a sad thing to look at.
I'll have a look for
Let me
you.
have a look, because I can do it easy because they're both in my team.
So-
no, not quite. You make...
About 40-odd, 50-odd K.
And you get a way better player.
A way better player.
He's better player.
So, yeah, you do
Andy
that.
Macrae, though,
Yeah.
I think he had 12 points in the first
He
couple of
did
minutes.
Before 90% of the people on the field had scored.
He's dropped in value.
Oh, no, he hasn't.
Just saying.
Oh, man.
It's just a story of my year.
Why did you go him over Dacos? I never understood that.
There was a price difference, which I probably could have afforded if I didn't go bloody Horn Francis or I didn't go.
I've got him going.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Don
him
Sheen.
going.
Do you know why he ended up getting Horn Francis?
Because you did.
Yeah.
Isn't that embarrassing? So that is an embarrassing thing.
Why'd you copy Cow and
Yeah.
not me? You could have had Dacos.
Yeah.
I've copied Calvinator.
At least he's
There
admitting
you go.
it. This
I'm
is
out.
the first stage to
you
recover.
go.
Game over. I'm quitting.
Who's going to press the button?
I can't rock up every week and do this.
Is it all because of that game where you watched him tagged
Yes.
in a pre-season?
Yes.
He couldn't be bothered breaking it.
There's a big price difference between Hornbag and Dacos, Roy. It's probably $500,000. Anyway, keep going with the questions, Dog.
McGrath, though, that's who he went to.
No, I said I'm out. You learn how to... Here,
I can't
have the
read.
Instagram account.
I
You don't
can't-
even know how to use Instagram.
Insta
Not
what?
not that I really do either, but
Insta.
anyway.
I'll give it to me.
You just take
Zach
photos.
Early. Yeah, look at the content that would be coming through that Insta channel.
Well, cheaper than my OnlyFans. Anyway.
Stocker, hold or sell?
I got a
If
feeling
he's playing, you hold.
He's not playing. He's not
What,
playing.
just because of what Roy said?
The karma bus is about to slam him.
His foot
Yeah.
nearly snapped off.
Yeah, pancake. Yeah.
Will LDU be back or do I trade? So it was calf tightness.
Yeah.
They're confident that he's back. And
Yeah.
he copped a knock in the calf.
That's the thing.
So that it's not...
It wasn't a pull. He didn't
No.
do his calf.
Yeah. So they said it was a corky.
Yeah.
So that should be
Didn't
right.
feel good. Nah,
He'll be right for Good Friday, mate.
I reckon.
I reckon. Callaghan for Warple. If not, who for?
Oh, no.
I'm hoping that says Callaghan or Warple.
Oh, yeah, it would do.
It does say for.
'Cause-
You would not go Callaghan to Warple.
That's that bloody...
If Bytel is in, he's the one that you can go to. If you need to go down from one of those guys.
I like that. I've got
What
way
was he,
more
340?
faith in him.
Bytel is 340.
If he's in.
And he had a 83 in his first game. And then he only missed because he was sore with a knee. So in that game, though, he had like massive CBAs. He was 65%. That was equal with Brad Crouch.
Yeah.
So Ross, the boss, obviously loves him.
Yeah. I wonder why he didn't come straight back in. Wonder if they just wanted to give him a week to see if his knee was feeling good or because he was good enough. Yeah, anyway.
Unless he played bulk minutes in that first game because a likes of a Windhager wasn't there. So
But I think he bumped Windhager out of the team, didn't he? He was emergency.
Interesting to see if he gets back in this week.
Yeah. I'm tipping yes.
I think he can. Yep.
Now, Angus... Oh, hang on. Was it Angus? Is Worpel a must-trade out, and can we bring Tom Stewart in?
Yes.
And yes.
Yeah. Yep. Definitely.
Now, Blake has got his Worpel today a fair trade.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Massive upgrade.
Tom Stewart, just on that one, so he plays against Hawthorn
Yeah.
on that it's a Monday game, 3:20 Monday. So he'll come home for you. And don't forget, last week against Hawthorn, it was Sheezel who was floating across the half-back with his 109 and 7 mark. So you would assume that Stewart will be able to
Should have access to a ton.
pump out a little ton first up.
Yeah.
Not a question, but one that's come into my head, Roy.
Yes.
Elliot Yeo, if he returned this week with all those injuries,
Oh, my God.
could you
Dog.
launch into that?
Yes. He could wreck his season again.
He could wreck it again. Plays Melbourne
Or
at
is he
home.
625?
Plays
he was.
Melbourne at home.
If I've remembered that one, far out my brain, he's still working.
He
really
is
well.
625. Dog is back.
Probably wrote it that many times in the
Yeah.
preseason.
Okay.
He's
Could
coming back
we
at
do
some
that?
point. No, you can't. You need
Can't
to
you?
watch him once.
Even his coach said over the last 2 years, his calf just keeps pinging.
Yeah, it's something
That's
really
not a good-
happened.
Sold!
He just keeps bloody popping pills and it keeps pinging around. Right, okay. Who we got? Jefferson, Corey. Should I keep Taranto as my captain or replace him with LDU?
Oh, please. Mate, you can keep him this week. That's fine. So he plays against the Bulldogs. Give up plenty of points,
Yes.
as we know. So, yeah, you could definitely go with Taranto as your captain this week. I'd be going him over LDU every day of the week.
Yes. LDU's got a hard matchup too.
Against the mighty Blues.
You heard it.
4:20 on Friday, that one, Roy.
Is
Just
it?
to be around that.
Yeah.
God,
Four-
So that's
4:20.
probably the little
What if
PSA, which I was going to do at the end of the
That's
podcast.
right. You
But
can do it now.
4:20. No game on Friday night, though, which is a bit of a letdown.
I know.
What?
It's almost like Christmas night all over again.
Oh, that. Oh, yeah, God. I don't like that.
I don't even think the horses run, do they?
Does anyone? does anyone
I don't
even?
think they do.
No one plays well at 4:30.
No. Try 4:20.
Oh,
Jeez.
you cooked that.
You know what that is, though? That's got a Sunday afternoon feel about it.
Yes.
Doherty running around with a little VC on his back.
That's a good point.
Just saying.
Chase those Sunday Arvo feels.
Oh, yeah.
Paddy says, could you still bring in Ziebell?
Yeah,
Yes.
you can. Yeah, 100% you can.
Yep.
Because he will be a defender
He
in
will.
a line
Yeah.
where we need strength.
And he's not going to do it every week, obviously, but he's capable of pumping out that ton for you.
If his worst score is 78 for the year, you're doing okay.
Yes.
Kelly or LDU?
Roy, that's a no-brainer.
Kelly.
It's Kelly.
It's Kelly.
He looked great. The role is there. He hasn't had access to this role since he averaged 115. And
Yep.
even then wasn't as good as it is now, CBA-wise. Lock him in and enjoy.
73% CBAs last week.
Yeah, that's where we wanted him.
So, man,
Magic
they were
number.
high. They rotated nobody through there.
No.
So it was Tom Green, Cornelio, and Kelly.
Yep.
Kelly was the worst of CBAs with
Unbelievable.
73%.
It's a tight rotation.
Very tweet.
Cam Goulding's got, should I offload Tom Mitchell? So apparently he had a back injury.
Did he?
Did you hear that?
No.
Yeah. So he's been battling a back injury, and now he's coming good.
Yeah,
Then turned up.
Yeah, okay.
Not a big ton or anything though. That's
No.
probably
It's 103.
Well, he's getting it done. Like,
because he's probably bottomed out in price as such, hasn't
yeah.
he? Like you're not.
I don't think he may be considered a luxury, but he's not a high priority. If he's still
I'd still back him.
getting you a little triple figure.
He has had some hard matchups with Geelong, Port Adelaide, and Richmond.
Yeah.
Break even of 100. I'd like a couple more in a row before
'Cause,
I
like,
launch.
The thing is, like,
No, but
he's-
before you launch
look at
out of him, he's someone that's
thrown
got him.
out. So, like, he outscored Laird and Brayshaw, for example.
Too right, he
If
did
you
by
think
about 20
it like
points.
that.
I'd give him another one.
Yeah. Is it time to trade Took or Dawson?
Oh, man, Took could
Be bloody tempting.
He could go. He's not doing much at all.
No, I think he might get the boot from the roll on 22 this week.
So his highest score this year is
Yeah.
108, and that was in round one.
Yeah.
But he's played Sydney, Essendon, and Geelong. There's two tough ones in there, and 88 last
I'll
week.
give you that tip. It ain't the middle one.
No.
Is Brayshaw to Oliver a
No.
call to make? No,
You
you,
know
can't
why?
be doing that.
You know why? Because Laird and Brayshaw had their two hardest matchups for the year.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oliver is doing what Oliver does. There will be a point in the year, and at the moment, Oliver holds number one in your rolling.
Yeah.
There will be a point this year where he won't.
I wouldn't go that far.
He won't, because you're like, Laird's locked in.
He's
I
clearly
know you're
the best midfielder in the game.
at round 3.
No.
I will guarantee
Trust
you
the eye, mate.
he will not have that spot by round 10.
Guarantee he will.
No.
He is a class above.
You know how stubborn he is as well.
Yeah.
He's not going to change that even if he
Average
does.
60 and he'll be like, nah, you
He's
watch.
coming good.
Yes, I'll take that bet. Play on, dog, play on.
This is what I like about the Insta story reply things. You get some great ones like, why do I keep putting myself through this?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've all been there.
Too right we have.
All right, what are we doing with Sheed for Brandon here?
Once again, he's in that list of things to do.
Prioritise.
Yeah.
But also with the prioritising, price comes into that.
Too right it
Because he's
does.
got a few more dollars on someone.
Yep.
Yeah. Gosh. You can do either with him because he's in that limbo spot. You could go down or up. Like, there's a couple
Yes.
of lingering players that have been receiving the vest
Yeah.
that I feel like could go lose the vest
Yes.
soon and score within 10 points
Agreed.
of Sheed, and then you could be pumping that money into someone else. I also like the thought of if Bytel's back, if you went Sheed down to Bytel, that's a lot of cash to fix something
It is.
up, and you're losing nothing there.
Yep. And you're making nearly 300.
Yeah.
It's definitely what you do.
Now for Sammy here off Twitter, hey guys, can you go Macrae to Jaden Hunt if it allows you to get Sheed up to Kelly?
Hunty, did he do it
Out an
do
80.
well again?
I think
Did
he
he?
had an 80, yep.
Gosh, he's been okay.
He has been okay. So
Last
he's gone
two has been, I think the first one
80
was average.
First one sucked.
Yeah, 84, 86 is
Jeez,
his
that's
last
all
one.
right.
At what, 400 and something?
458.
And he's
Jeez.
just increased responsibility.
We should have done that
Significantly.
instead of Stocker.
Should have more money in the bank for a same.
He's kicked a couple of
sorta-
goals in that, though. I think the
Yeah, but
44,
he's going to have to because they're dropping like flies.
44 in round 1 is reflective of what he could do.
Oh, 100%.
So
That's the risk of.
if you're
all
buying a
those
dude
guys.
around that 450 mark, then you take the good with the bad.
Oh, you have to.
Yeah.
What, he kicked one goal against the Dockers, did he?
Yeah, and then a couple against the Giants the week before.
Yeah, okay.
We did talk about...
Is it a yes or no then?
Sorry, I would do that.
Right. It's a big upgrade on the flip
It's a
side.
massive
of it.
upgrade. You're getting rid of that Sheed problem.
Mm.
He's outscored him.
2 weeks in a row.
So, yeah, I'd do it. Brendo, is Knack the Tank the real deal? And how does he rate versus a scale? Have you got that there?
He's not the real deal.
He is.
He's 90. He averages 90 anyway. Like he is real, Nank. He's just the most disrespected
He's a
player in the
solid
comp.
citizen of fantasy football.
He is.
Okay.
He doesn't have the people
Imagine
around
where
him.
people were drafting him. It's like after you let the ruck run go, and then
he was probably
I'll settle for Nank.
8 to 10.
Yeah, and he goes bang, bang, bang.
The scale says tick. So he goes the Bulldogs, and Tim English gives up points because he doesn't care.
He scores them, but he gives.
Then he
them up.
goes Sydney, and they've only got Laddams. Then he goes Grundy into Wits, and then he plays against Bailey Williams. So he's got 3 very, very easy teams in the next 5 weeks.
Nice. So yeah, Nank's real.
Tick.
Yeah.
Jeez.
But would you go him over
Darcy.
Big Sean?
No, you wouldn't. No.
I'm leaning towards maybe you would.
Would you?
He's more durable. I don't know. He's the only ruck for them.
It's true.
I'm warming to Nank. The idea of Nank.
Check the record. He's in there.
Darcy's cheaper and better, though.
He's definitely cheaper. I don't know if he's better. That 128 on the weekend, that was a gimme. I could have probably hit 100 versus them.
That was like Witsy in round 1.
Yeah,
and
too right
then
it was.
Real Wits is there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Getting holding the ball out on the wing.
And don't forget, Xeri still ranked number 1 points per minute
in the
comp versus West Coast. He played his 20
too right.
minutes.
All right, Rob Drake's got this one. Dirty Harry to Van Ruin. I'm thinking that's Sheezel. Is there any other Harry out there?
Dirty
You cannot be getting rid of Harry Sheezel. Harry Sheezel's a keeper. He's going to be defender soon.
That's not who he was talking about. There must be another.
Is there another Harry?
I'll have a quick check.
Himmelberg.
It's got to be Himmelberg, doesn't it?
Well, you'd be doing that.
Harry Morrison, Harry Perryman, Harry Mackay, Harry Himmelberg, Harry Schoenberg, Harry Cunningham, Harry Edwards. We're right at the bottom now.
It's Harry Sheezel.
No.
And you're not trading that?
No, it's the Berg. He's talking Berg.
He has to be.
Harry Himmelberg. No one started him, did they, Cow?
But no one's considering trading Sheezel either.
Well, who knows? Rob Drake, who knows how his head thinks he might be a bit Calvinator like in
Harry
the brain
Himmelberg's
department.
He's in 1% teams.
Sheezel's like leading my BNF.
Too right he is.
Just ahead of Dacos.
He went up 111k last week.
I'm not sure who I would trade him out to. In a straight swap situation, if they said, all right, it's magic round, you get to trade Sheezel to anyone
In the comp.
who,
No matter
or
what
how
position
many,
even.
who and how many. Who would you take?
I'd go Clary.
Yep. Now look at you thinking about it.
Doherty'd still go.
English.
Yeah.
We're getting thin.
So if we were doing draft now, if we were doing draft now, that's almost what this is sounding like.
We are stubborn old men.
Where
we
are you picking Harry Sheezel? Is he a first rounder?
Yes.
No, you idiots.
Hey, I think he is. Imagine the DPP of him.
Can we redraft?
He's going to be forward defender averaging 100 plus.
He's in the rolling, isn't he?
Hell yeah.
What number is he?
F2. No, I don't know. I haven't updated it yet.
Right.
I had him knocking on the door last week.
He's knocking, Roy.
All right, Aiden. Last couple of questions here. Proud owner of the 4 potatoes, McGrath, Stocker, Callaghan and Sheed. Who goes first? So current trade plans is Stocker to Stewart, Callaghan to Van Ruin, which I'd tick off. But who does go first? Callaghan and Sheed are probably my 2 that I'd get rid of first. Back in Stocker and McGrath, but God, you're not backing in much there.
No, and that's, to me, my list of potatoes, like he's there, it's lengthening every week, right?
Yeah.
But also prioritise your trades based on who annoys you the most.
So with his plan, Stocker and Callaghan as the outs isn't a bad one, especially if
That's
there is
fine.
an issue with Stocker.
Not a
Get
problem.
Stewart and Van Ruin.
Not a problem with that.
No, that's fine.
Do it.
Brendan, Callaghan to Stewart, tick, or Worpel to Dacos? Wow.
So
What would you do?
Callaghan to
Stewart or Worpel to Dacos?
God, they're both significant upgrades.
And the other one plays on field, so who he keeps has to play.
Oh, man.
I think I would go to Stewart from Callaghan. No, I think I'd play Callaghan. Worpel could be dropped.
Yeah, that's a chance.
And that would be my deciding factor there, I reckon.
Callaghan against Essendon under the roof is not
That's a
too
70.
bad.
That's a
You would
70.
think so.
Then the other question is, he's going to Dacos, which is more money than Stewart.
Yeah. So,
Would you save the money
I
by
would.
going to Stewart? I
Yes,
think I would as well.
I would.
I would as well.
Yeah. Tom
Especially
Stewart
when
he's very good.
Dacos scored sub 100 this week.
104. Sick of getting robbed points.
It's just not fair.
Why on the updates do I never go up?
I never get an update. I get a down date.
Down date every time.
Ridiculous.
Sick of it.
Warnie, fix that.
Stop cheating. Whoever is against me. Jeez, world of fantasy.
The world is against us.
It is.
It's bad.
Never up. Imagine seeing a +8.
Imagine
-8. An 8.
an update where I got past Warne Dawgs this week.
Like I said, the only time any of them have gone up, it was too late and I missed it in the system.
Unbelievable.
I'll just remind you of your big fella, Witsy, out of that wing. You could have won. You could have beaten me. You're brilliant, ruck.
Thank God that didn't happen, dog. You would have been so angry.
Oh, yeah. No, it's way better when I'm the grumpy one.
That is true. That is true.
It is. Well, thanks very much for tuning in. We have got a big week ahead because it is the Easter weekend. So we do have a game on Thursday night, which is Brisbane up against Collingwood. 7:35 start.
Got a little bit more time
We
this
do
week.
have a bit more time
35.
after our live stream, which does start at 6:15.
That
Make
helps.
sure you're tuning into that on afl.com.au or the AFL Live official app from 6:15. We'll be talking some rubbish as the teams come in. But being the Easter weekend, we have a Monday game.
Yeah.
We also have the Good Friday game there, the 4:20 start for North Melbourne and Carlton. But the Monday game, just so you're aware of this, we won't know our final teams until Saturday at 4:30 for Geelong and Hawthorn.
Let's be-
Are there any issues there? Probably not.
Let's be realistic. You don't know Geelong's team until
No.
There you go.
just before the bounce.
At least Chris Scott was truthful about
That's true.
Tom
Stewart
Stewart
this week.
I would have been a little nervous about Cam McKenzie, but he was
He's too good.
he was good. So
Warple.
you would,
Warple.
Warple's a concern.
He's a massive.
That's a source one.
That
We're going to have
has
to source that
we
up,
will.
I
Okay.
reckon.
All right, no problem.
Because that could be every
No
chance.
problem,
that we-
everybody.
Hit it up, Roy.
Yeah, and that's the main thing. And then the other one is that we won't know those Sunday teams, though, until after the Carlton and North Melbourne game has started.
Look,
So just get prepared, get planned. Remember, we've got the edit trade button. There are, if you want to know any workarounds and stuff, if you've done some DPP, go back to my Twitter account, @WarnieDT, because I'm a helpful person.
Yep.
Unlike you, Calvinator,
That's
who
fine.
stitches everyone
I've
up.
been helping a bit lately.
And you can check it out, see how that goes.
So the thing is, sometimes it wouldn't hurt to listen to our own advice, boys. So we always say, if in doubt, just hold off your trades.
Yeah.
But we get into such a panicked mess Thursday night where we finish
Working hard for the
teams,
community.
and then it's like, all right, we've got to do something here. Have you got him on here? What about a trade? Oh, no, I've got to get rid of him. I need a cash grab. They're gone. And then it's like, oh, well, done it now. And then things happen over the course of the weekend, and it's like, I wouldn't mind that trade back. Wish I thought about that. Like, we should have seen Constable coming.
Yep.
We talked about it.
Yep.
We didn't talk it through properly.
Bloody idiots. Morons.
It is.
You're
it's moronic.
experts.
It's moronic. But you can't. There's pressure and there's pressure. In those time constraints, it amplifies like times 100.
Too right it does. It's hard work.
All right, I think we've had enough.
Too right we have.
We better go and
Are
work
we
out
still recording?
how we're going to be whinging and moaning for the rest of this week about our poor teams, our poor choices. Although, Roy, you are back
Oh, yeah, I'm back to
And you
some
are
extent. One fluky one.
and about. Calvinator, go and pick up 5 points somewhere along the way. Go the Warne Dawgs. The mighty.
Oh, I'm in the
Wars
vest
of-
again.
Well, I am. Nearly. No, I wasn't. It's your ineptitude. There's the word. Got it. Be innovative, cow.
We still going.
I think he is.
They are.
Press a button.